Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. I hope you are doing well. Thank you very much for being here today. So it's going to be a more of a real-time chatty with me session, and I don't want to make it too long because I need to get to work and I probably only have like 10-15 minutes. I know I always say that and then it ends up being like half an hour. But let's just quickly work on these pages. A lot of those spots are like half filled out, and that's totally okay. But yeah, I thought I would yeah, just sit down and work on these pages for the next several minutes, and hopefully I can get this video up. I really wanted to use I think in the last video I was using Pocket Journal Pam's collage elements, but I recently printed out some of these beautiful ones. This one is from Erin Ware. This is on her Patreon. She also has some on her Etsy, but this one I believe is an exclusive for her patrons. And of course, Courtney Diaz. So I wanted to include these before the month was up, and I don't have them all printed out. Oh, sorry, this one is also Erin Ware. And yeah, I don't have them all printed out, but I wanted to quickly add some things to my journal pages while I have these next several minutes quiet with nobody at home before the work starts. And oh, I love this border, this fun ghost border. I don't know, this year I'm like totally all full force with like the Halloween decorating in my journal. Not so much outside of the house or anything. I don't have any pumpkins or anything like that, but yeah, it's not common at all in Japan. I don't even know where to get a big full-sized pumpkin. I've seen like small, like tiny ones like this at the florist, but like one small little pumpkin is like $5. And I don't know if it would be easy to, I would imagine it would be very difficult to carve. So yeah, we're not really into the Halloween decorating here. But you know, Daiso is really upping their game with the decorations. I think it would be fun for the kids. Maybe next year, we'll see. I'm not sure what happened here. I think my daughter did something, but I want to cover it up with some of the collage pieces, so I'm just going to do that here. Have you decorated your space with some decorations? Let's just add some of these random photos. Let's see now. I think we did like a donut. My husband made some like Timbit style donuts. It's basically pancake mix and you just fry them. But they remind me of Timbits because of the shape and the size. So that was on a different day. I get a lot of questions about how do I print these photos. This is just simple copy paper. I use a free app called Pic Collage, and I just usually stick about 12 photos per page. This is an A4 sized page, which is similar to the North American 8.5 by 11. This is on a different, I don't remember when, but let's just stick it here so I don't forget. I also want to put something here. My daughter ate a full-sized adult cut-it ice, which I was surprised because my son's appetite is already very big, and yeah, now my daughter's is, I'm very surprised by how much she eats now. I can't imagine what they're going to be like when they're teenagers, especially my son. I imagine him like scarfing down everything. every half an hour I imagine him being very hungry or something, needing some snacks. So yeah, I'm curious, did you do a jack-o'-lantern? Are you going to do a jack-o'-lantern this year? Have you picked out your pumpkins? I think some people, they have like pumpkin patches nearby, and you can go on the hay rides and stuff to pick the pumpkins. That would be so much fun. I think that would be so much fun. This one is also Courtney Diaz. This is one of her Patreon sheets. She has a lot. Every month she pumps out so many sheets, and I love. You'll probably see a lot of similar ones here and there, because sometimes there are times where I reprint them because I love them so much, and I put them in multiple journals. And if you just take a look, I'm just thinking about this heart in general, like the amount of work just for this heart. She probably had to create a background, maybe do some watercolor swatches and things, wait for that to dry, add some ink and doodling on top of that, maybe adding another layer. Like it takes up a lot of time just for this small heart. And of course she does these really lovely, I didn't print it yet, the background sheets, and you can cut out different shapes out of the background sheets, which is really, really nice. And for me to just do a heart like this would take forever. Like for example, if this was a full background sheet, you can easily cut out your different shapes, like a circle if you want, a heart, a star, an oval, square, anything like that with the full background sheets. Maybe sometimes people have a difficult time finding ways to use them, but creating your own shapes like this is very, very helpful as well. I just want to add a bit of color here. I took out the Kokuyo pasta and the Le Pen set. This was, oh, I don't think we have May box in stock anymore, but we do have the Kokuyo pasta. They're kind of like crayons, but they're technically called markers, but they're more crayon type of texture. And so we do have like a pack of them available in the store. If you're new here, I run a small little stationery shop online called the Stationery Selection, and we also do monthly stationery subscription boxes. And so that's what this full set was part of a box. I think it was the May box from 2022. Just adding some color instead of, I always end up taking my watercolors out, but I wanted to show a different, and if you want to kind of soften this out, you can definitely do that as well. And the ropeway, yeah, we found these really discounted tickets. I don't know why it says Prince Hotel and Resorts. I think it's part of that, but we definitely didn't stay there. Yeah, we drove to the area and we found some cheap online tickets, and then it was such, in Japanese you would say guzen, like a coincidence, like the weather was perfect. It was very clear, like clear sky, and oh, did I take some? Yeah, I did take some photos. It was perfect. No clouds in the sky. You can see Mount Fuji. There weren't a lot of people for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe people didn't expect it to be such a nice day. But yeah, you can see there's not a lot of people at all, which is kind of rare in the touristy areas. But I don't want it to get too bulky, so I think that's why I haven't stuck it in here. Maybe I'll just add a touch of tape runner to the top so that I can easily take it off if I feel like it's too much. So I'll just add some tape runner just at the top edges there. Okay, I'll watercolor that in later. wanted, oh yeah, this one is, I wanted to work on this one too. Oh, that would be really cute for the border. They're making funny faces, so I thought it would be fun because they're making funny faces here too. I remember when I was a kid, I would make funny faces when I, taking photos, and my mom would be like, "Stop making funny faces." And then now my kids are doing that to me, and I absolutely understand what my mom was saying. They're kind of out of that phase though. They were in that phase for a bit, but like my daughter would always make a funny face, but they're not like that anymore. It's just once in a while they kind of have fun with they just fool around. So this is great for the border. Oh, that's cute. Maybe let's put up there at the top. I think we might do like a Halloween-ish party, picnic, get-together with some friends. I don't know if we're gonna dress up or anything like that. Yeah, I haven't even thought that far in advance yet. I mean, it's not that far. It's probably 3 weeks, about 3 weeks ahead. So I should start thinking about it, but I haven't. I kind of want to add something here, some kind of a border. I might do those double line things. You just draw a couple lines and then fill in the middle with some squigglies. It was very, I don't want to say very cold. It dropped down to like 13, and I was reading some posts and people were saying they already put on the heat. And now it's back up to like 24, 25, so it's like up and down, up and down. The weather is so strange here. And let's write something like funny faces. Let's do that. It's funny, I was looking through the previous journals, and my headings and wording, like my lettering, is a little bit more clean back in the day. And it's funny to see how it transforms throughout the year. Funny faces. I wonder if anybody's writing remains consistent throughout the years. It would be interesting to see, looking back at my previous journals. But oh, I also wanted to mention about the photos. Somebody was asking recently about fading, and that's such a good question because obviously it's not printed on photo paper. And when I look back at my previous journals, like 5-6 years ago, it remains intact, but I cannot comment about like 20 years down the road, or like I don't know how that's going to be. But so far it seems to be okay. But like I said, I don't know what it's going to be like 30 years. Perhaps it's faded, I don't know. Even with like the fountain pen writing, I don't even know like if that's going to fade. My journaling is going to fade later on as the years go by. Of course, it's different with like the permanent ink type of markers and things. It will probably remain. But in terms of like the fountain pen use, I can't comment about that. I don't know how that's going to be. Are you concerned about that in your journals? I'm curious to know if you think about that aspect. Yeah, let me know. Oh, Carol, thank you for the lovely background ephemera as well. She sent me a bunch of background these types of background papers. Let's see here. I kind of want to add some like Halloween-y things, even though this is like end of September, because a lot of this stuff started happening end of September. So, oh, this is so cute. These ones, this little ghost and the witch. The Nook Dweller dressed up in this costume is so sweet. Oh, look at the pumpkin there. I think I'm going to do this because there's lots of pink and softer colors on this spread. This one is, I think, Pocket Journal Pam. But yeah, let me know if you're concerned about your journaling, your writing entries. If you write with fountain pen ink, do you always use an archival ink or like a document ink? I had a time when I would use document ink only in my 5-year because I really wanted to make sure my journal entries would not fade away, but recently I haven't really been doing that. Yeah, I don't know if you're worried about it, or do you read your journals? I don't even know if I'm going to read. Well, the 5-year I definitely read because I'm always interested in what happened several years ago. It would be fun to really look at a snapshot look at my years. So I think I'm going to go back to using a document ink to make my journal entries in the 5-year Hobonichi. But like the daily journaling, I haven't really thought about it. I just end up choosing a fountain pen or one of these fun like color markers because I really like having the colorful pages. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm very, very curious to know. Let's add some tape up here. I took out some of these because I really want to finish using them. I find myself using washi tape instead of like the rolls, because then I have to take out the container of all the washi tape. When they're rolled out onto these types of like small, it could be anything like a playing card or anything. I find myself, I use them more. This one was the Science Museum. That was really fun. They had this station where they have these like this ring here on the bottom is filled with like a bubble maker liquid, and then you would pull the ring up and you would make a huge bubble, and obviously the kids would kind of sit inside the bubble. It was a lot of fun. I'm just looking at the timer and I'm almost at the 20-minute mark, and I said I was only going to be on here for like 10 minutes. Okay, so let's finish this off. Oh no, I taped that down, so it's going to be hard. Well, I guess I could easily just... So as you can see here, it says the 18th and I stuck it on the 17th, but that's okay because I have a couple of photos that will take up the whole spread. So let's finish off with just adding some color to the page. And I will do a bit of journaling and I will call it that. I will leave the links down below to the beautiful artists that I always enjoy using. I can't see myself not having them in my journals. Like they add so much fun and color to my process. And sometimes there are times I just want to, of course, just write. But having these, like, even these cute little nook dwellers, and I think this is James Burke here, and just having them throughout my pages, it's just for me, like, looking back at my journaling, it makes it a lot more fun to flip through when I have these lovely stickers and characters. Oh, this is beautiful. But so I'll leave it at that. I hope you had fun with this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.